Welcome to United by Trucks. What the heck is Mike doing back there? What you doing back there?
You're interrupting.
That ridiculous hood. It's junk. Welcome to United by Trucks. Today, we're back on the Blazer, trying to figure out what's wrong with the electrical issues. So Mike's here, Trey's here, Anna's currently here. I don't know if she's staying, but we're gonna figure out what's wrong with this thing, run some new battery cables, and maybe learn a thing or two about electrical because I don't know very much. So let's check it out. Alright guys, so if you don't know what I'm talking about with the Blazer and the issues we're having, a couple weeks back I was hanging out with Rick from SQRBDY and John from Nest Designs, and we spent an afternoon in Atlanta. But on the way home, sitting in a drive-through trying to get around it and into some cover so the back of the Blazer didn't get rained on, the Blazer just went dead. I mean, it just flat out went dead. All electrical except for the air management system went out, which is extremely weird. So got it towed home. It got wet in the back, let it dry out. It's been sitting in the carport under a cover for the last couple of weeks. I guess maybe it's even been longer than a couple of weeks, probably been a month or so, or more even. But I crawled under it while in the carport and just literally, we think it's a grounding issue. I just could not find any signs of it grounding anywhere. And basically I just said, you know what? I need to get this to the shop when I have a chance, and Mike and I have a chance to really focus on, you know, what might actually be the problem. So one thing is, we know that we have cheap battery cables. So Mike is a big proponent, and I'm learning my lesson probably on buying cheap battery cables. So we've got some really good battery cables, good lugs. We're gonna redo all that. We're gonna check everything at the starter. We're gonna check continuity. We're gonna check fuses, which I've already done. Everything seems fine, but we're gonna check them again. And we're gonna check the battery. We're just gonna check the entire electrical system and try to get this thing dialed back in so we can drive it up to you guys and hang out with you guys at Southeastern Truck Nationals next Saturday. So it's July 3rd right now. We got the day designated to try to figure this out, get it running again. If not, it'll bleed over into tomorrow, which is July 4th. But we want to come see you guys in the Blazer. So we're gonna try to get this all taken care of today, and we'll keep you posted. Y'all stay tuned. I feel like I don't even know you anymore, Mike.
It sells everything.
What's up, Trey? Goes up.
Here's the end of the thing.
Feels weird having this thing back in here. All right guys, so I'm gonna tell you and show you exactly what was happening that day in the Wendy's drive-thru. So obviously, you know, positive terminal, negative terminal. So been sitting there for a little while, and the thing just dies in the drive-thru. So what I did is I came over, undid the positive battery terminal just so nothing would catch on fire. I was a little concerned about, you know, smelling something that smelled like it was burning. And so I undid that real quick, but when I went to put it back on, this thing with the negative was just arcing like crazy. So figured out pretty quickly we had probably had a grounding issue somewhere. Of course, Mike, Howe, as you know, helped me come to that conclusion because I don't know very much about all this electrical stuff. So anyway, you can see how we've got the positive battery cable running up here to the front. And of course, this is what it looks like under a vehicle that's been on the road for a couple thousand miles and freshly put together. So we're gonna start seeing if we can find any sort of grounding issue, and we'll go from there. You feeling optimistic, Mike?
Super optimistic, bro.
All right, let's check it out.
I think we might have found the issue.
Already?
Already?
And he's mad about the light I got under here.
Look at that.
Shining in his face. So the cool thing is, I checked all this out in the carport and really couldn't get my eyes on what it might be. We get it up on the lift, and Mike's already found it in about 30 seconds. Let's see if I can do this without knocking my head off. So we're gonna show you something right here at the starter, and I'm gonna zoom in. Go ahead.
All right, so this battery cable here is what runs up to the alternator, and then from the alternator inside the vehicle. It had some shrink wrap on it, but after, you know,
A couple thousand miles.
we wore through the shrink wrap because it was riding on the starter. So it wore through the shrink wrap, and it's been arcing out.
Oh yeah, and you can definitely see right there where it was arcing out.
Yeah.
So definitely shows the value of a lift.
Yeah.
Because I just could not get it figured out on the ground in the carport. So what's the solution for that, Mike?
Well,
Yeah, come on out here when you stand up.
so what I'm gonna do is pull that off. We'll probably end up making a whole new cable and then rerouting it a different direction and keep it from doing that.
Yeah, man. Sounds like a pretty easy fix.
Yeah, that's like the last place in the world you want a short, because generally the battery cable from the battery to the starter doesn't have any kind of fusible link in it. So that's when your stuff burns down, is when that shorts out.
Well, I thought I smelled something when as soon as it happened, as soon as it went dead, I thought I smelled something like a wire burning or something like that. So I obviously just went back there and pulled the battery cable. But would that have made a difference? Me pulling that power cable, keep it from burning down?
Because if it would have kept burning down, it either A, would have burnt the whole wire out of it, or B, blew the battery up.
Yeah, okay.
Which, when a battery blows up, generally you don't.
You don't want that.
You don't talk about it. That's for sure.
All right, so we're gonna get a couple of GoPros hung up in here and just get this thing fixed and show you how we do it. So, Mike rerouted that cable a little bit and put some really heavy duty shrink wrap on it. We actually decided not to rerun battery cables or even run a new cable in this instance. We think that's definitely gonna do the trick. So we're gonna show you what it looks like from up top here in just a minute, but we think we got that sorted out. Keep burping.
Did we?
Yeah. Gonna hook this battery back up real quick. Let's see, that is negative. There's the positive. Actually, I didn't get that on there good enough. There we go. Then we'll throw the negative. Let's see if it sparks. Whoa, I can't seem to hold it in my hand. Nope, all good. That terminal, man, dang, that terminal's all jacked up.
Hi, my name is Robbie. Today on United by Baking, we're gonna make some cupcakes. Yes, everybody loves cupcakes.
Well, I can't see it at all down in there. So I was gonna show you how Mike rerouted it. Is this it right here?
That's it.
Yeah. So that cable there was on the inside of the motor mount. We pulled it on, Mike pulled it on the outside. Obviously put some heavy duty wrap on the end, sort of a bandage there. I think it's gonna work out just fine. Oh, you're filming me. What's up, dude? You know this is going in the video.
No.
Why don't you go ahead and
The whole cupcake spiel is going in the video.
no. Why don't you make sure it's in park and go fire this thing up.
All right, so what we're gonna do is we're gonna start the thing back up, but the problem is we ain't got no key. There's no key in here.
Key's not in there? Here's the key. Got a little C10 Nation keychain on there, a little UBT keychain that Chad, Wicked C10 made me. Come on, UBTK5. Oh, fuel pump. In business.
Yeah.
You cut that off, right?
Yeah.
Sweet. All right, we're gonna get this thing off a lift.
Somebody's here. Who is it, I wonder? Oh man, it's Money Man.
What's up? What are you doing?
Even though he said he was going to be here in an hour, it was only 45 minutes.
I didn't know you were coming. What's going on? Not much, man.
I heard it running.
Yeah, Mike just fixed the battery cable from the alternator to the starter was wrapped around the front of the starter, just rubbing like crazy. So they patched it. And Mike is clearly enjoying filming with the GoPro. Hey, guess what? Last time you were here and I was here, we took the top off. Guess what?
Ah, man.
You showed up for the right time.
Are you going to film this?
Hey, what are y'all doing over here? We're supposed to be in here fixing the Blazer. Wait, we already fixed it.
We skipped it.
Oh, we skipped it. Yeah,
Yeah.
we're just not even gonna worry about it. They can
Fix this headlight harness that became an issue for me.
run a little headlight harness. Well, what's the other thing we've been doing? Scheming.
Yeah.
Hashtag scheming.
We're talking about doing some things.
Ooh, to the red and white SQRBDY.
This, yes.
Oh,
Could be pretty cool.
could be, may not be. Ha, that's not true at all. Doing a little scheming. Got the Blazer over there. Got SQRBDY in here. Doing a little scheming. I think we're gonna put the top on the Blazer because I gotta tote a bunch of stuff to some shows here soon.
Yeah.
So Mike said he'd put it on there for me all by himself. I was really happy about that. Blazer's back in action. And now that we got Rick's truck out of the way, we're gonna put the top on the Blazer because I need it to, you know, hide merch and keep Mike's cussing contained in the vehicle. What in the world did you just do?
It was on the ground.
No, it was on the ground.
Oh,
I didn't fuss at all.
here. That ought to do. Ooh, that's hot.
All right.
Careful on the pallets.
We're walking.
All right, we got the shell back on. Shell, I don't know what you call this thing. The top. Roll the window up. Now I can keep my merch all clean and dry. And don't have to worry about some Yahoo stealing stuff out of the back. All right, guys, hope you enjoyed us getting the Blazer back running. You may not have enjoyed it, but I definitely did because it's been driving me nuts that this thing's been sitting in the carport. But Mike, you know, got it all figured out. So we're gonna crank it up for you, show you what it sounds like. Hit it, Mike. And Rick. Go the other way. First person to ever do that. hanging down back here. Ah, cue the music.